If you eat at these 6 restaurants, you might be biting into a hidden menu you didn't order. We all know the feeling. You're hungry, you're short on time, and there it is, your favorite fast food or casual dining spot, promising a hot, quick, and affordable meal. But what if that meal comes with more than just fries and a soda? What if behind the sizzling skillets and colorful menus, you're actually biting into something far less appetizing? Welcome to the real story behind 6 of America's most popular restaurant chains, places you probably visit without a second thought. But once you learn what these kitchens are really serving, your appetite might vanish faster than a dollar menu deal at midnight. This is your front row seat to the hidden menu, the one they don't put in front of you, but that you still end up consuming. 1. Applebee's, where the microwave is the head chef. Let's start with Applebee's, a place known for comfort food and neighborhood charm. But behind that menu of sizzling fajitas and 3-cheese pastas is a kitchen powered more by microwaves than chefs. Former employees have revealed that up to 90% of Applebee's food arrives frozen, pre-cooked, and vacuum-sealed. Yes, that fajita sizzle you hear is manufactured with hot metal and steam sprays, not a freshly grilled masterpiece. In fact, many locations only cook baked potatoes and eggs from scratch, and even those often come in plastic bags halfway done. A viral photo once showed a gray, floppy steak served to a customer. It was described as looking like a pancake that had given up on life. Another commenter asked, "Is this steak or a damp rug?" Not exactly 5-star presentation. Temperature control is another red flag. Health records from some locations showed meats being stored above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, warm enough for bacteria to party. Meanwhile, those $1 cocktails that keep customers coming back, often made with the cheapest bottom-shelf liquor available. A former bartender joked that the only thing on the top shelf is Windex. Applebee's might be serving comfort food, but what's really comforting is the illusion, not the ingredients. 2. Subway, fresh lies served daily. Subway has spent decades marketing itself as the healthier alternative to burgers and fries. Eat fresh, they say, but the deeper you dig, the less fresh it gets. Let's talk about the infamous tuna controversy. Multiple lab tests, including one from 2021, couldn't find amplifiable tuna DNA in samples from Subway sandwiches. That's like ordering peanut butter and finding no peanuts. Just mystery goo, with a hint of C. Employees have shared tales of expiration dates being scratched off and replaced, tubs of questionable meat pushed beyond their limit, and chicken strips that look like wet tissues. One former staffer described a sandwich component as spongy, elastic, and possibly from another planet. And the veggies? A viral photo from New Jersey showed rotting lettuce, cloudy cucumbers, and tomato slices that looked like they'd taken a bath in mop water. Worse still, one health inspector reported an employee using the same rag to clean a countertop and then wipe down lettuce. That's not just unsanitary, it's salad sabotage. Even the bread isn't safe. A court in Ireland ruled that Subway's bread had so much sugar, it legally qualified as cake. So, that turkey sub you thought was a low-calorie lunch? It might as well be a frosting-free dessert. You're not just eating a sandwich, you're swallowing the hidden menu of preservatives, sugar, and shortcuts. 3. Taco Bell, where crunchy also means questionable. Taco Bell is a national favorite, especially for night owls and budget-conscious college students. But behind the Doritos shells and $1 deals is a story that's far from appetizing. Start with the beans. They don't come slow-cooked from a pot. Instead, they start as a brown powder in a plastic bag, rehydrated with hot water into a mushy paste. One employee described it as bean-flavored cement. Then there's the meat. Taco Bell's seasoned beef is just 88% real beef. The rest is made of fillers like oats, soy, and silicon dioxide. Yes, the same compound found in sand and glass. Taste testers say the texture ranges from gritty to oddly sweet. Late-night workers have admitted to skipping safety checks just to keep the line moving. That means your beef and cheese could have been sitting out for hours. Ice machines have tested positive for mold, black slime, and, in one location, even bugs. A health inspector once said the ice bin was dirtier than the bathroom sink. Taco Bell may advertise bold flavor and convenience, food old meat, mystery powder, and food prep faster than food safety. 4. Olive Garden, where Italy takes a freezer detour. Olive Garden promises endless breadsticks, family vibes, and traditional Italian comfort food. But if you peek into the kitchen, it might feel more like a microwave warehouse than a trattoria. Most pastas arrive frozen and are boiled on site. That creamy Alfredo sauce? Delivered in plastic bags and reheated to order. One former employee described the kitchen as a glorified assembly line. Videos have surfaced showing lasagna that jiggles like gelatin and cheese that congeals into glue-like blobs. A popular salad, hyped for being unlimited, is often made with lettuce that's been sitting in bins for hours. One worker shared that the olives are soaked in preservatives so strong they cause numbness in the hands after prepping. And the cleanliness? Health department reports have shown utensils sitting in dirty water, pasta bins with insect activity, and dishes wiped down with rags, also used on counters. A customer once found a short, black hair in their fettuccine and asked the internet, "Tell me this is seasoning." You're not just eating pasta, you're digging into a hidden menu of shortcuts, storage violations, and sauce made by machine, not mama. 5. Chipotle, when fresh still gets you sick. Chipotle brands itself as healthy, fresh, and ethically sourced. But with a track record of E. coli, salmonella, and norovirus outbreaks, it's safe to say that something in that kitchen needs a second look. Chipotle insists on preparing ingredients daily. Sounds great, until you realize the employees often rush through prep without proper training. Workers have admitted to using the same gloves across multiple food stations, failing to wash rice bowls properly, and serving food that sat at unsafe temps for hours. Lettuce, one of the riskiest raw items, is washed in-store. But improper cleaning led to a 2018 outbreak that sickened 700-plus people across several states. Their guacamole? Made in massive batches, where one mistake can contaminate everything. The calorie count also surprises many. A full burrito with all the fixings? Over 1,200 calories and more sodium than you should eat in a day. One manager said, "Our burritos are wraps of denial." Chipotle's clean branding hides a hidden menu of cross-contamination, fast food disguised as farm-to-table, and safety practices that crumble under pressure. 6. McDonald's, billions served, but at what cost? McDonald's is the king of convenience. Billions served, golden arches recognized globally, but what happens behind the scenes could make you think twice about that late-night Big Mac. Let's talk about the ice cream machine. It's a running joke that it's always broken. But it's not just a glitch. The cleaning cycle is so complicated that many stores skip it entirely. One worker said, "If it's not broken, it's just turned off and possibly growing a mold kingdom inside." Meats are labeled 100% beef, but often come from low-grade cuts, blended with additives flash-frozen and mass-cooked on automatic grills. Chicken nuggets are shaped from a pink slurry, frozen in bulk, then fried. A viral video showed hollow nuggets, just air inside, because the filling had shifted during freezing. Multiple health reports cite raw meat handled without gloves, food left out too long, and moldy syrup tubes in drink machines. A technician who services soda fountains said, "Behind those touchscreen Coke machines, think college fridge meets science project." Even the fries, iconic and addictive, turn limp and flavorless within minutes. One customer described them as tasting like a memory of potatoes. And the syrup for pancakes? It's stored in industrial bags that sometimes leak and attract flies. McDonald's thrives on speed, not scrutiny, but underneath that speed is a hidden menu of questionable sanitation, processed meats, and marketing that masks mediocrity. The real recipe: speed over safety, marketing over meals. Not every chain is out to poison you, but many have built their empire on cutting costs, cutting corners, and cutting quality. The hidden menu shared across all 6 chains? A recipe of pre-frozen, mass-manufactured ingredients, undertrained, overworked staff, food safety checks skipped for the sake of speed, low-cost tricks wrapped in high-cost branding. Just because it's everywhere doesn't mean it's safe. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's harmless. And just because it's familiar doesn't mean it deserves your trust. The next time you order out, remember, the most dangerous items are not on the menu, they're on the hidden menu. And if your gut tells you something's off, it probably is. White heavy checkmark if this gave you something to chew on, like the video, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who still thinks powdered beans and frozen nuggets are 5-star dining. Because the truth, it's not always on the tray, but we'll keep serving it.